Hey everybody, Karl here. This is going to be part 6 of the Spitfiire build. Probably guess what we're doing, because I'm in the middle of it. Yes, rocker panels. So, the car's been kind of sitting around, hanging out, and noticed the pile of rust underneath the rockers getting bigger. So, did what anybody else would have done and took a hammer to them. And lo and behold, they were just full of Bondo and other non-approved filler methods and rust. Lots of rust, as you can see. This is probably about the second time I've cleaned up the floor while trying to get this rocker panel off. The outer rocker was completely rusted out. You can see there's like inner skin as well that's completely rotted out. And before that just caused the new floor pans to rot out, I'm going to go through and replace both sides. So I got these panels off eBay. They were like 75 bucks for both the driver's and passenger side, so not bad, pretty cheap. I mean, every part to this car has been fairly inexpensive compared to a lot of the other junk I build. So just since we're waiting around, get into it. Basically, I need to cut out this old one, which is just drill a bunch of spot welds and peel it off. And then I need to replace the inner skin. I still need to get panels for here, but that's going to be a different day. And yeah, I'll take it in close up for the damage. So as you can see, I've removed the door. I did add this piece of square tube just to prevent folding like this of the body. I don't really think it would do that because it is a framed vehicle. It's not like unibody where this is like 95% of the structure. But I just did that anyway to be safe and just make sure I wasn't gonna fold the car in half. So along the top I drilled out most of the spot welds that I can get to. From the bottom I just slid across because I didn't really feel like laying on the cold concrete floor and drilling a bunch of spot welds down there. So once I get the rocker off completely, I'm gonna eliminate that whole lower section of the rocker panel, or the lower pinch weld here, and then we'll start cleaning everything up and hanging the new panel. I'm sure I'm gonna need to do a little shaping on the new panels because they're, you know, just an inexpensive panel off eBay. They look pretty close, but it's hard to make a panel that fits exactly, so should just do. And then gonna have to clean that bottom edge there. Might weld that and paint that new piece that I put in from the inside because that was rusted out when I got it. So yeah, we'll get started here. Well, that's one large chunk. Let's see, all the rusty crusty in here. So the tactic for this is drill out the spot welds and beat it out with a hammer and a chisel. Even with the amount of rocker panel I have out right now, you can see how pretty well structural it is to the car. If you tweak this, that whole panel here moves all about, so probably a good idea to do this, especially if you're going to be on track with something like I'm hoping to do with this. Now I'm going to be autocrossing it, maybe some hill climbs, so not like super crazy track days, but still it's better to have a non-rusted out chassis for doing such activities. I'm gonna do here along there and whatever I have to do up front. And yeah, I'll update you once I get either it all off or some of it off or whatever. And not surprisingly, there's some more shoddy work inside, which I thought was just all fiberglass blob, but looks like fiberglass and wood screw blob. So we'll get into getting that out here while this rocker panel's off. Yay, more work. That's what was left of my rocker panels. Now I'm left with big gaping hole and more work. More work. Yay, more work. Whoop-de-doo. How's it get it done? Have to fashion something for up here. All this crap. Looks like that was done in a few layers originally. So, pry and peel and pry and peel and pry and peel and cry in the corner. Yeah, see, that was 2 panels overlapping. So we need to make one of these. Get rid of all that crap on the pinch weld and be left with the good material from the floor. Get rid of all this. Make this panel, however deep that goes. Then recreate this somehow. Might have to get a bead roller. Been wanting a bead roller anyway. Might have to actually bite the bullet now. Great. And then hopefully whatever structural stuff, no longer structural stuff that was there, whatever I have to do up there to clean up. And then clean up this godforsaken mess. And then hammer and dolly this all back straight so I can hang the new panel on it, get rid of the rest of that. Great. This is fun already, I can tell you that. Alright, so I'm going to need to really reshape these rocker panels because they're not dead on. And apparently there's a piece in there that I need, which is right there, folded up. So I'm going to have to source something or build something or do something, and yeah, it's getting frustrating. I'm not a body guy. I hate this type of sheet metal work. Just going through and trying to fix somebody else's shit, because it's like no matter where I go, like it's just more and more and more. And do you do the whole thing, or do you just half-ass it in a better way than the previous guy? I don't know. I don't have the answer. I think I'm going to cut this video off now, give you guys a little bit of an update on it. So part 6 was supposed to be a roll bar video, but that rocker panel got way too bad. So I did build a roll bar though for it. I mean, I'm not going to weld it into a car that's got Swiss cheese right there. So I need to get pretty much that straightened out before I can even put the roll bar in, which is kind of irritating, but I'm not going to put a cage right next to giant gaping holes right close to where the structure comes in. That's just kind of stupid. So we'll see how it goes. I had a lot of bending on this piece because it's kind of like sloped down. I still need to do some more because it's still not 100% right. And I need to do the same here because Gapalicious. I mean, there's a little bit of adjustment on the hood yet. It needs to come down, but I'm not too worried about that yet. As long as I get that a lot better, because that just kind of looks crappy there at the front edge. Alright, well, I'll continue this in another day. Remember, smash that subscribe button if you want to see this thing get finished, and more importantly, this thing get finished. A lot of update on this since last time anybody on YouTube has seen it. So, alright, Karl out. See you.